What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a phenomenal night. We are back. The Brandon Meriweather show has finally arrived. Brandon, how have you been?
I've been amazing, man. I've been amazing. What's good?
Hey, I've had a ton of viewers in the comment section. When is the Brandon Meriweather show coming back? Week one has arrived. We're playing Bethune Cookman Saturday. We are here. This is the new episode. Episode one of the second season, the Mario Cristobal season. Brandon, how excited, how fired up are you that Mario Cristobal is our head coach? It's week one. I know it's Bethune Cookman. We're going to take care of business, but the season is finally here.
I'm super excited. Not only because of Mario, but more because of all the young gangsters that we had come in. You know what I mean? Like the more and more I look at this team, regardless of what people saying, the more and more I'm starting to like.
I know you were down for Legends Camp. There were a lot of a lot of alumni, former teammates when you were playing football here. I mean, what's the buzz around the alumni, going into this first game?
Actually, the buzz is amazing. Like I have never been around guys that's this enthusiastic about the season. Like never. Like every time I ever talked, it was like, yeah, it's always somebody like, yeah, but I don't know about them. You know what I mean? It's always that person. But now it's like everybody on board. And I guess it's because Cristobal is like a real one of us. So, I can't wait to see. Let's go.
I'm excited as well. Here's my thing. Every season there's always excitement. There's hype. People are saying, Coach Cristobal, for example, he's been praising DJ Ivy this offseason. His career has been a little bit of turbulent. Hasn't, it's been up and down. A lot of people say look out for Malik Curtis. There's Matthew McCoy, Inez Cooper, Jaleel Skinner, some of the younger guys, Isaiah Horton. There's a lot of hype. People are throwing down season predictions, Brandon. I feel like it's a little bit repetitive. We want to win the Coastal, win the ACC. Are you buying in so far, or you're kind of on a wait and see approach?
I'm buying into the fact that I think we should win the Coastal. But
I agree.
I think we would have won the Coastal with Manny. You know what I mean? Like I just don't think our schedule is that tough to where, it'd have been any different. You know what I mean? My problem is that Manny didn't have the guys prepared. So now I know Cristobal gonna have the guys prepared. You know what I mean? It's gonna be some games where, your talent gotta overcome. You know what I mean? You can't be prepared for every game because somebody gonna throw a wrinkle in there here or there. You can't be super prepared for every game. So your talent gonna have to overcome some games, but
Right.
yeah, I think this is one of them. Like I just think our team is so talented right now to where they should win the Coastal.
I think we have talent, no doubt about it. I think offensive line is a work in progress. I don't think we have a second team offensive line. I'll be honest. We're gonna have to see our O line progress throughout the season. But I think we need to stay healthy throughout the season. I know it's a very generic response, but look at running back play. Cheney gets injured. Trevante Citizen gets injured. Now going into the season, you only have really three running backs. You had to take in a transfer portal running back from UAB. I mean, who knows what to expect from him? He's coming in very late into the season. I'm sure they can probably redshirt him if he doesn't play. But, you know, this is where depth comes in. You talk about talent, where
Well,
if you lack talent at a position unit and you have injuries, all of a sudden now that's your weakness.
the running back room is not really the problem because I think with running backs you can always load up and try and move people there. and they do good. Like running back is not the problem. Like yes, we got to stay healthy at running back, absolutely. But like let's say um let's say four rips the first 5 weeks and get hurt, Cheney will be right back. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like we got enough to where like if somebody get hurt, we still have 2, 3 good ones. Like the thing with running back though is that you don't necessarily want to have one running back. You want to have a bunch of running backs that could, do a bunch of different things. And I
Right.
think that's what we got. Like we not gonna have one running back who get 300 carries and he the sole leader of the back room. We ain't gonna have that.
Right.
Like granted, Ford could be that, but I think his frame is so small to where he can't be that.
Yeah, I like Knighton. I do like him a lot. I think they're actually utilizing him at times as a wide receiver.
Right. But you know who he remind me of? You remember the running back from Stanford, Bryce Love?
Yeah,
He was
absolutely.
up for the Heisman for a little bit.
Yep.
That's who he remind me of. And the problem that he had is that he kept getting hurt.
Ooh. Well, we'll see what happens, but it's going to be interesting injury wise because I hate De'Aaron. No one expected De'Aaron King getting injured the last season, and Tyler Van Dyke was our starting quarterback the rest of the way. No one expected that. So we
Correct.
can make all these predictions, but we really don't know what's going to happen. Mark Walton got injured against Bethune Cookman. I think it was a week 1 game, and then it was a lingering injury past Duke all the way, and then his season ended against Florida State. So you don't know what's going to happen. No one knows.
You're right. You're right. Nobody knows what's gonna happen, but you just gotta have you gotta have them players that's already ready to step up.
Absolutely.
Like people like a lot of people be like, yeah, man, you want when somebody the guy, you don't want that guy behind them to feel like they the guy too. But I feel different about that. I feel like if you on the second team and you don't feel like you better than the person on the first team, then you should never play. You know what I
Right.
mean?
It's funny you mentioned that because Anthony Castillo puts in Avante, James Williams, and Cam Kitchens. I mean, is this the strongest safeties position unit you've seen in a while at Miami?
Yes. Yes. I was just talking about it the other day. I was like, yo, we got 3 potential first rounders at safety. Like them just that good. Them
Really?
jits are just that good. Now, like I think Avante, if he get it right mentally, I think he's I think he'll be by far the best talent wise. But Kitchens is the one who runs the defense, and he the one do all the covering. You know what I mean? Like that. The what's gonna hold back? What's his name? Zero. What's Zero name?
James Williams.
Yeah, James Wood. What's gonna hold him back? That from what I hear, that he don't like to cover, and you ain't going to the NFL now as a first rounder and you don't cover.
Yeah,
Like no matter how good of a ball guy you is, you ain't going in the first round if you ain't getting on that cover.
fair, fair. I think no. I really like our secondary a lot. Cornerback play is going to be interesting for me. I think we're fine with the safeties. I'm excited. I think it's a good thing. Like we previously said, in past shows, who's going to be starting at strong safety and free safety, and who you're going to put on the side, how you're going to work them in. I think that's a good problem to have. And I think right now they're going to be starting James Williams as strong safety and Avante at free safety. And then, like you mentioned, they're going to plug in Cam Kitchens at times. Or maybe you think we can have all three on the field at the
Uh,
same.
yeah, we're gonna have all 3 of them on the field just because I think Kitchens will be the nickel. I think
Oh,
Kitchen will be the nickel if cause I done seen him move a little bit and he kind of remind me of myself a little bit. Like he could play like I played nickel and safety. I played the dime, I played the nickel, and I played safety. So it was never a corner that came in. We always brought another safety in when I was there.
have you gotten a chance to talk to any of those guys, or maybe you're
No. I talked to Kitchens for a little bit and he's super intelligent, man. He's super smart. Like he's the one. Like I would put a lot on him. Like he's the one. He's one of them guys who you could put a lot on, and like regardless of what happens, he gonna be legit.
All right. Well, hey, we're 12 minutes in the first part of the show. The people want to hear wings, 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 Brandon.
All right, go ahead, do your thing, bro.
Wings, wings, wings. The best chicken wings outside of the Orlando area off of 452 North Park Avenue, owned by Miami Hurricanes football legend himself, Brandon Meriweather. If you love chicken wings, you're going to love Wings, 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 owned by the man himself, NFL veteran, Brandon Meriweather. Got to check it out. Once again, Wings, Wings, Wings off of 452 North Park Avenue in Apopka, Florida.
All right, we are back. Man, we are going into week one. Has it hit you yet? Like for me, I feel like Monday was like, all right, we're still not there. Tuesday, we're still not there. Wednesday, I'm doing a show with Brandon. It's hitting me a little bit, but like I'm still not there Saturday at Hard Rock Stadium at 3:30 p.m. The season still hasn't happened. Maybe I need to see some college football games this week. But I mean, has it really hit you yet?
Yeah, actually, yeah, because I'm so excited to see, like, especially after watching this North Carolina game. Like, I gotta see what we look like.
Yeah.
North Carolina looked like straight dog doo doo. So I gotta see if it was just, North Carolina had a bad day, fam, you were just that good. Like, what's going on? Like, I gotta see it. I gotta see it. So if we go out there and look like, we need to go out there and look like Florida State look. They looked all right.
Well, they're playing LSU on Sunday, so we're gonna
Right.
find out more about Florida State this upcoming Sunday, which I think.
So don't be shocked though if it's a better game than people expecting.
I agree. I agree with that statement.
But only because Florida State played a week already. So all the stuff that you normally mess up in week one,
Yep.
they not gonna mess up. And like LSU still gonna mess up. Like we are 45 point. It's a 45 point difference between us and on the Vegas got us win by 45. Like I feel like that should be attainable. Like we should win 56-0. Like that's how I feel.
Right. We should take care of business.
Like
it shouldn't be a fight.
Like it should be like when I was a freshman. Like they used to tell y'all, like, look, hey, when you come in, if whatever points they got when you get in, they stay there. They don't score another touchdown. If they score on you, you won't play again.
I love that. Corey Flagg, I think he was interviewed saying they're not allowed to play video games the night before a football game.
I agree with that.
How about you as a player? I mean, the night before a game, was it pretty like solitary confinement per se? Like everybody was locked in and just
like what would you like? You bring your video game to the hotel with you? Like that's like, see me, I took it always as a business trip. Like I would take it as a business trip. Like when I go somewhere and I got a game the next day, man, I could go 24 hours without a video game. Like I don't play video games anyway, so it is what it is. But yeah, if my roommate had a video game, I'd be like, man, turn that junk off, man. Like you tripping? Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's get the like. If anything, open that playbook and let's go over that. Like, yeah, you tripping?
Who's your first college game against?
FAMU.
FAMU.
Yeah.
Were you nervous at all, or was that kind of like, all right, like? Because it's FAMU, obviously.
The first game, no, I wasn't as nervous. Like, granted, I was nervous before every game, but the fact that we were playing FAMU, I wasn't as nervous. But the second game, we played Florida, and that's the game I was nervous about.
Oh, yeah, it was at home too.
It was at Florida.
Oh, it was at Florida. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was the game I was nervous about. I was like, all right, but we beat the brakes off them, so it is what it is.
How loud is Ben Hill Griffin Stadium? Like, is it a tough place to play or?
Yeah, the loudest stadium I ever been in was Tennessee.
Okay.
That's at every level. The loudest stadium was Tennessee, and Florida might be a top 4 for sure. The
Yeah.
hardest place to play though is West Virginia though. That's
Really?
yeah.
They're playing tomorrow against Pitt.
I know. That's the hardest place I ever played.
How
Like
come?
because the stadium is built so close to like they can literally touch you.
Oh,
Like
really?
Florida is like that too, but Florida fans is not as rowdy as West Virginia fans. West Virginia fans hit Coach Shannon in the face with a garbage can.
Really?
Like West Virginia fan don't play. Like when you get on the bus, you better have your helmet on. Like they tell the coach make you put your helmet on leaving West Virginia.
Interesting. I didn't know that. Very interesting.
Yeah, West Virginia is the hardest place to play for me.
So, Brandon, we'll switch it back to the season. The thing I will say is that, like, I saw a tweet the other day. Tyler Van Dyke's going to have 50 plus touchdowns. Xavier Restrepo is going to have over 40 receptions. Running backs are going to have total 3,000 rushing. Like, it's just craziness, right? You got to come realistic. Who do you think offensively? Do you think Tyler Van Dyke is going to excel, make a huge jump? Even some say a dark horse for the Heisman Trophy, or new offensive coordinator as well. How do you think Tyler Van Dyke's going to perform? This offense is going to perform because we are losing Charleston Rambo, and we did drop a lot of passes this spring game.
Yes, I do think he will excel. Yes. Yes, I think he'll do better this year than he did last year. Yes. But the reason I think that is because all the teams that he playing, he done seen already. Like you ain't going into, you ain't going to play Alabama or nobody like that. You going to see teams. Now the games I think he'll struggle in is the 2 games that people are predicting us to lose. The 2 teams he haven't seen.
Texas A&M, Clemson.
Texas A&M and Clemson. You haven't seen them defenses.
Nope.
Like Virginia, he done seen, so he know. All right, they got the same people there from last year. VTech, same people there from last year. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
you already know these. You know these teams. So
Yep.
yeah, I think he gonna do great. I think he gonna do great. You know what I mean? But I just like I personally said I think he'll be a top 2 Heisman after this year.
Really?
Top 2 or 3.
For the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah.
I'll say this.
If he could sneak in and beat Clemson or Texas A&M and have a great game, then you might wash your hands. You might better wash your hands and give it to him.
I'll say this. If Tyler Van Dyke is a Heisman finalist, like you stated, I think we're going to have a really good football season.
I think we're going to have a good season even if he ain't.
I agree, but you need, the D line, the defense as a whole needs to step up. The D line,
I agree.
Line, you can't be under pressure every time. I mean, 2019 was awful for our O line. We need to do a lot better, and I think we will.
I like I said, man. I think the moves we have made has been good so far from what I've seen. Now I can't lie though. Watching that spring game, it wasn't very impressive to me. It kind of looked like Manny Diaz all over again.
Nothing stood out. I mean, it is a spring game. It's going to be vanilla, but nothing really stood out. It wasn't like
Correct.
This guy he's taking over the. I mean, it's kind
Correct.
of yeah.
But at the same time, it's what they said. Number 7, Strepo. They said, yeah, they trying to make him like he Wes Welker.
I think he'll be the number 1 receiver in the sense.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I think so.
Absolutely. But is he fast?
He's not the fastest guy. He's gonna earn every single yard he gets.
You know who I really like though, that don't nobody ever talk about? Number 12. What's his name?
Number
The
12.
receiver, the receiver number 12. He like a receiver running back, like a
Oh,
person.
Brashard Smith. Brashard
Yeah,
Smith. I
yeah.
think he changed his number. I could be wrong.
Did he?
Maybe. I don't think so though. No, I think Brashard Smith maintained his number yet, number 12. But yeah, no, they're actually they. Some people say they can probably use him as a running back at times if they want to with a small running back room.
Right. That boy, that they got that boy over there like he Percy Harvin, man. And I can't wait to see it. You know what I mean? I can't wait to see it. You know, I see my homeboy Odell, you know, he go to a lot of the practices and he don't be giving me updates and stuff when I'm not down there. But he told me, he said them boys it don't look the same at all. You know what I mean? So if my dog Odell said it, you know,
So,
I would believe him.
what do you think? What do you think is holding us back that you're curious about? You're circling in like, man, I
Discipline.
gotta discipline
Yeah.
in the sense of penalties.
And in the sense of and this is, remember when we was talking and we was saying, oh, Cristobal gonna come, and I was like, yo, you still got to give him 2 years. Remember when I was saying that? The reason I was saying that is because when things get tough, people fall back to what they know, and what they know is not Cristobal. They know Manny, so they fall back into this soft as, you know, growing. You know what I mean? How Manny had them.
Yep.
So that's what you got to look for. Like when they play against Texas A&M and the game get tough, are they gonna be Cristobal Miami or are they gonna be Manny Miami? You know what I mean? So that's why I say, like, you got to get them guys out of there. You know what I mean, until them guys are out of there, like you still got to watch it.
So,
It is
Brandon, how do you feel? Okay, what position unit is making you sleep at night before the season starts?
D-line.
D line. I think they're going to be really well. I think D. Everyone says they look amazing.
Yeah, D-line look like they bought it. They look like they ready.
Who doesn't? Look, who do you think is still a question mark? You're circling in receivers.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think the weakest point on the team right now is receiver.
I agree.
And I think second is linebacker.
I'm on the same page. I think cornerback is third. Oh no, O line third, cornerback.
I don't know if see this is where we differ at, because I don't know if our corners was as bad as they looked.
Oh,
Because I think the defense Manny had them in, the defense that Manny had them in, I think it didn't work to their strengths. You know what I mean? Like I told the DJ Ivy, man, at the count. And he seemed like he got his head back on, man. Like he seemed like he ready. You know what I mean? Granted, you won't know until the game, but man, he looked good. I thought he ran like a 4.5. They say he ran a 4.3. That's what they say. So I don't know, but they say he looked good though. That's what I hear.
We're going to need him to step up because the leader is Tyreek Stevenson of the group. Then you have to Corey Couch. Daryl Porter Jr., the transfer from West Virginia. They said he's been doing very well in fall camp. If DJI comes along, he steps up. Isaiah Dunson. I mean, it's a solid group if everyone can play well.
Man, I still like 23. Couch, what's his name? Crouch.
Corey Couch.
That's who I like. You ain't heard nothing about him?
I haven't heard that much. I mean, last season he had tackling issues. I think he led the team in missed tackles.
Right, but he'll stick his nose in there, man. You ain't paying him to get tackles. You paying him to get shut down receivers.
I just think he plays out of position a lot. Like, he's not the tallest guy in the world. Why don't you just have him play nickel, to be honest?
Because he got to be like a linebacker. He got to be a certified tackle.
So just put him on the outside. You think he can handle his own?
Yeah, I think
it's a mismatch.
Nah, not at all. He's so athletic to where like a lot of stuff that you see you won't have to worry about.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I agree. I agree. He do look like he out of position a lot, but I think that was coaching. I think that was coaching. I think Manny handcuffed the DB coaches so that they couldn't give him a good technique, and he was just doing what he did in high school, trying to be more athletic than everybody.
All right. So give me your three bold predictions for this season.
Bold or any prediction?
Bold, kind of what your gut says. I think this is going to happen. I may sound crazy,
I
but
think we beat Texas A&M.
okay.
I think we beat Clemson. I think we play Clemson twice.
Okay.
I think one of them we win, one of them we lose. Which one I can't tell you. And my third one would be, I think we find a way to sneak into the college playoffs for the first year.
Really? Wow. Year
Just
one, college football playoffs.
check me out. If we beat Texas A&M,
Yep.
right, and lose to Clemson and win all the rest, we'll be a 6 seed at the end of the year.
I think only 4 get in though.
Yeah, I know. At the end of the year, then you have the ACC championship game. If we win that, you got to think 2 of the teams in the what's name gonna lose.
Could be Georgia, Alabama. They should face each other. I don't know. It could be anyone. I mean, usually it's SEC teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Clemson,
Absolutely.
Ohio State.
I actually think USC gonna be real good this year too. Like people keep sleeping on USC, but I think they're gonna be real good. Only thing they were really missing last year is a quarterback.
Yeah, that's true.
And they got that.
Yep. I don't think I'm curious how Georgia plays this upcoming season. I don't think they're going to repeat or they're going to, dominate it.
Nah, I don't think so either. And I don't think Alabama gonna be as good as people think they are either. I think this is gonna be the first year Alabama looks suspect.
That'll be interesting. I don't know. I'm always pretty.
They ain't got nobody to throw the ball to.
Bryce Young. Oh, the receivers.
Yeah.
But they always reload.
Like you remember them same receivers that gonna be playing this year, the same receivers that played at the end of the Georgia game in the national championship, and they couldn't get open to say they like.
I'll say this. My bold prediction, I don't think we face Clemson twice. I think we face NC State in the ACC title game.
So you think NC State beat Clemson?
I think they do because I don't think that quarterback Ugale is going to finish the season as their starter. I think it's going to be that guy Kate Klubnik, who's very good. I think he's going to be starting the rest of the way. I think we lose to Clemson in Death Valley. I think we beat Texas A&M early on.
Listen, I like that. I actually like that. But I just think Clemson defense is gonna be so good to where like
that's true.
North Carolina might not score at all.
But their offense it wasn't even that good last season. It really wasn't.
Defense win championships, man.
True.
If you can't score, then you're gonna put your offense in position to at least kick field goals.
And Brandon, I also think Henry Parrish is going to be our leading rusher.
I don't think so. I think Jalen Knight.
Okay, we'll see. I hope. It'll be good. They both.
I'm also even willing to bet on that. I bet on that Knight be the leading rusher by the end of the season.
I would rather bet on a record.
And every category too: receiving yards, rushing yards, and attempts.
In the running back group.
Yes.
Okay. No, we'll see. I hope so.
Like he's a game breaker. Now, granted, the other dude, Parrish, I haven't seen him besides the spring, a couple plays in the spring game. I haven't seen him in live action.
Right.
But I have seen Knight, and I think he's literally a game breaker. Like he could literally take the game over.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited for this upcoming season. Before we get into questions, Brandon, what's your season prediction?
11-1.
11-1. All right. I'm gonna say 10-2. I'm gonna say 10-2. and we will get to the ACC title game.
Who is the two we lose to?
I think. Well, I said Clemson. I'm going to stick by that answer, and I think it's going to be some random team that we
Like
just don't.
Virginia Tech.
Maybe, or like a Pittsburgh kind of game, last game of the season. We just don't show up. Or it could be Texas A&M. Texas A&M, Clemson.
Like Boston College. like
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
Boston College in December is a hard game, man.
Oh, we don't. I don't think we play Boston College though. Oh, but you're doing flashbacks.
Yeah, I'm talking about when I was playing, but that was a hard game.
Yeah. So,
that was a hard game. Playing them big boys in the cold. Woo!
The turf is different too.
Yeah, it is.
But that's better.
For us, that's the only reason we were beating them. If we would actually played on grass, they would have beat the brakes off us.
All right. Before we wrap it up, if you got any questions for Brandon, put them in the chat. We'll go over them for the last part of a Q&A. The season is finally here, man. I'm excited. I really am. It's going to be an interesting season. And I think we're going to have a nice crowd at the stadium.
I don't know, man.
I hope so. I mean, can't keep having it empty every game.
That's true. That's true.
Everybody
And man, you seen the new stadium that they trying to predict we gonna get?
We'll see.
What you think? Do you think we got a chance?
Nah, man. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Why wouldn't it?
I drive by Tropical Park every day, man. The pictures to what the Tropical Park looks like, and then getting everything on board, it's going to be a while.
All you got to do is get the city on board. The city of Coral Gables, get them on board in this.
No, it's not a part of Coral Gables, though.
Oh, what's part of it?
I think it's part of the city of Miami.
Oh.
I think it's part of the county, too. It's not even, they bought the land. I think the county even bought the land.
Oh, so that... Well, the people who trying to make it happen actually got some power, so we'll see.
So I mean, the thing is, the AD hasn't even mentioned it to anyone.
Hey, we need to answer that question.
The AD hasn't even said a word to it, and he's met with. I mean, he's done speeches with City of Coral Gables, City of Miami. He's never brought it up.
So who bringing all these pictures out?
It's the people behind the vision of it. But the athletic director hasn't really brought it up. He hasn't acknowledged it. So,
all right, you ready for these Q&As?
All right, let's do it. Brandon, besides FSU, what is one team you're dying to see we play against?
Clemson.
Clemson?
Yeah, I want to see Clemson. Because that game right there kind of like it's the game that let you know if it's late in the season, so they'll know the offense better, they'll know the defense better. So that's the game that I kind of mark on my calendar like, yo, I want to see this.
Does our team have the dogs it needs for a great defense?
Yes. I'm going to say, you know what? To say the great, no. Because I don't know anything about the linebacker situation. But to say for the corners and for the D-line and safety, yes.
D-line is there. D-line is going to be legit. What do you think will be the thing that'll happen that no one expects? One good thing, one not so good thing.
Good thing is I think this year I think we will have I think we'll get established this year with a bunch of people that we'll get back to the old ways where we had all these people that was all Americans like myself, not to pat myself on the back of them, but all Americans, and we get back to actually having people come to the games. I think one not so good thing that I think may happen is that I just think we thin at a lot of positions. I think them the positions that we're gonna have injuries at.
I agree with that. I think we're going to be established. I think we're going to face an opponent maybe in the bowl game that's been more established for years, and you can tell the difference.
Mm-hmm.
What type of offense are we going to have if we don't have deep threats?
We got deep threats. You ain't got to be fast to be a deep threat. Like Rambo, Rambo was a deep threat last year, and he ran a 4.7. Like, you ain't got to be fast to be a deep threat. We got deep threats. It's just, can we get the ball to him?
I think we're going to run heavy. I think we're going to run the football a lot.
I think we will too. But we still have deep threats.
Brandon, what do you think is our best uniform combo?
That all green.
Really? I like all white.
I like all white too, but that all green be sticking.
Why do we always lose to North Carolina? Explain to that. I mean, that's fair.
It's several reasons actually. For one, whenever we go to play North Carolina, they normally coming off a loss, and we kind of look at them as trash, and we don't prepare like we used to, like we should. In that game, and two is because when you play in that game, it's so boring to where you can't. It's hard for you to get up to play.
Interesting.
Like, we don't look at that game as a big game like we do Florida State and other teams like that.
Right. Fair. Yeah, you're just not up for it.
Right. So then they get the lackluster team and they end up, jumping out early. Then we always have to come back.
Yep. Who do you think is going to be our best pass rusher? I think it's going to be Akeem Mesidor. I really do. The transfer from West Virginia. People are raving about him.
I hear a lot about him, but I actually think it's going to be a D tackle this year. I think it's going to be Taylor.
Oh, Leonard Taylor. Okay. Brandon, who leads the team in interceptions on defense?
Williams.
I agree. I think it's going to be Avonte Williams as well. All right. Well, hey, that's a wrap for the show tonight. Week 1, Bethune-Cookman. 3 more days. I cannot wait. I've never been excited to play Bethune-Cookman. I really haven't until now.
Hey, as long as we don't look like North Carolina did, I'm all right.
Hey, just win. Just win at all costs. Doesn't matter how pretty.
No, ain't no just win at all costs.
Just win.
Not if you trying to say we back.
I just want to win.
I want to win convincingly. I want 60-0 type win, 60-10.
It doesn't happen overnight.
This is not an overnight team. This is not an overnight team. This is a my high school team will beat this team.
This is a U-Haul team. We got a long way to go.
You're right. I agree.
Because you take a U-Haul, you got a long way to go. So this is a U-Haul team.
I agree.
All right. Well, I hope everyone enjoys the game Saturday. And always, all about the U. Go Canes.
Yes, sir.